That thing was stuck in my head like for hours yesterday. Hours yesterday. There was the Spoon Man himself, and I want to note that what you just witnessed is one of my chief pillars of logoic integrity to date. To date, how is everybody?
Remember, there is no agency. We want what's best.
So hello to Chad, Rascal, Josh, the Spoon Man, Red Pill, Tayo, no pills, no meds. Thanks, Lenny. Josh again. Hey, there's ups. Cassandra, yay, there's some plus fours, and the mic is plugged in, so it should be working now. Yes, maybe Signs and Wonders will come back together and perform again. I don't know. I'm supposed to be in Kansas City in April if the rest of them want to show up. Hey, Mosley, good to see you. Good to see you. That's not common. That's not common. First, I got to say, are any of you capable of locking me in a room for 3 to 5 days with a whole lot of water? Just throw me in a cave for a little bit. Don't let me out. No internet, anything. I just can't seem to make myself do it, but maybe with your help. Okay, no, we can't do that. Probably shouldn't do that. Probably.
The list?
Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room?
I want to cast Magic Missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet.
I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile.
Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here.
I'm attacking the darkness.
All right, here we go. We do a card for the show and then savings throws versus mine. That it was making a run for it, so that's the card for the show. We'll get some shuffle ASMR on later for you. We're still missing the survival die, but remember, everybody, I don't know nobody's gonna make it anyway. Really, they tell you that pretty early on. No, the survival on an infinite timeline is 0, right? That's from Fight Club. Anyway, you get to choose between survival, social wisdom, or heart as the basis for your savings throw against the mind control in this show and the rest of the world around you. If it's over 10, you take half damage. If it's under 10, you take full damage. And you get bonuses by reminding me I'm muted in the Hive Mind chat. +2 just for chatting in the Hive Mind chat. +4 for the emoji when you tell me I'm muted. +5 for a reshare. I mean, there's all sorts of bonuses, really. But the important part is you participate by choosing between survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. Survivalists, we have no idea. Socialists, on the other hand, we have a 10 for you. Lovers of wisdom coming back strong from that Nat 1 yesterday with the 19 today. Prime 19, Prime 17. For the hard folks, you're doing fine. We got number 999999999 for the Indigo kids. I need more branding. Why? Because you run it every 4 seconds.
You're crushing me, people. You're crushing me. I'm big, but I'm not that big.
All right, I had absolutely nothing to stream today. Nothing on my mind. So I thought maybe what fruits have we borne? What is it that, like, everybody who has been watching this far along should have acquired in their knowledge compartments by now, as we progress toward the fallen version of LARPgate Year 4, beginning this September 19th. That's like less than that's a number of transformation days away. Isn't that exciting? That means I'm going to be older soon. Shh. We don't. But it.
Is everything all right in here?
Yes, Nanny.
No, not really. Here, this will give me a minute. We all know that there is no agency any living gent can see doing what is right for me. He's lifting up my bro so he can grow some eyes to see. Doing what is right for me increases all our agency. Remember.
Agency. We want.
Oh, what? Flashing Virgo gang signs. What, on the lobster monkey wheel? On Oh, okay. Well, first, one thing you should have picked up on by now is the God Mask, and the God Mask is a fictional item crafted out of wood and golden inlay. In the story I wrote for Substack, which is part of the it was a preserve. There was it's like I haven't like if you write a big thing and you take a piece out and show somebody, they call it an excerpt. But since I haven't written any of the big thing except this little piece, I call it a preserve, and it's the preserve for the Paintball for Jesus book. And in the God the portion of the God Mask is the Paintball for Jesus part that the God Mask is the crux of the initiation ritual we've lost as part of our death spiral, our societal death spiral that we're in right now. And then so it's a palliative for the extended adolescence we've been lured into with the shattering of the anyway the God Mask is the initiation ritual in the Paintball for Jesus book, and it's a replacement for what we've lost. Apparently, the Masons still do it, and maybe the Catholics and the Jews, but for the most of society, you just get to be an adolescent until you're 24, when the government says, "All right, that's as much as we're paying for you, even if you're going to college," and and it's got four phrases that I believe, like I don't know what if they're appropriate for lady childs, but for the man childs, they have these four phrases embroiled, whatever in the God Mask, and they are. This is a PvP server. That's really not the best phrasing, but the point is that the world is a PvP server. The beast takes what it wants and gets what it gets. For this one, I like to think of fish and hooks. You know, they even if they know it's a hook, they just can't. They have to take what they want, the worm, and they get what they get. And sometimes that's the hook. Man protects the sacred, and you're part of it now. The last one is important because in our isolated, embubbled, echo chambered cellular selves, it's really to feel like you make no difference and you're not even here. You're just floating along in the flotsam and the jetsam. But you're part of it now. You always have been. The fact you're still on the ground is probably a problem. What? All right, we'll call that a segment. PvP. Yes. Yes, you're all players here. Unless you want to be, like, you might feel like you're an NPC, but you've been a player this whole time. I don't know what to tell you. Get off the floor. Yes, I do have the this current incarnation, the physicality of this self came into reality in September. The disposability of man. But the opposable thumb of man, red pill. What do you think? What? Who do get? I don't know anything about beatings in Urukal. Is there? Do we want to know? Do we want to know? Pew pew from neutrino. We're being shot with a neutrino laser beam, guys.
I'm attacking the darkness.
You are neutrino. I bet you are. Oh yeah, the shuffle ASMR. So the thing it goes like this, and it ties back to an ancient discussion between Sally Jo Michaelson's Cooper and myself, where she identified that the reason for the plague of frogs is because there are no princesses to kiss them anymore. And that was lost when feminism desacralized motherhood in its antinatal ways. And as our technology made things more and more convenient, the lady folk needed to depend upon each other less and less, and were able to live in the nuked family home, essentially mostly by themselves. being preached to by the daytime soap operas. And this is like the last. We can trace the last bastions of the shadow matriarchy from there, and that is like the secret eugenics program that goes on within all cultures is essentially the shadow matriarchy. And if you would like to familiarize yourself with such things, the Dune Bene Gesserit example is really one of the best. One of the best. Hey, the Chris Show with an icon that doesn't show. And hey, Dolly, how's it going? They promised us the Jetsam, and they gave us the Flintstones. Whoa, whoa. Head in the clouds and feet on the ground. Fuck the world. Wait, that means further win? That doesn't. Whoa, what? Who knew? Who knew?
I'm gonna have a look at you.
I'm sorry for anybody who missed it. Here's the Cool Train one. All right. So, what else is important that you should have picked up by now as we proceed into the fall inversion? Well, we have a severe issue across the West as a culture of the loss of what I think are the adopted fancy Vervaeke word for it is cross generational ratcheting or intergenerational ratcheting, whatever it is for my generation. We realized that the adults were useless and incompetent when they were unable to program VCRs, and that, and among other methods, they used to stem and stifle the transfer of information between. Okay, so like it's like you say, a bunch of guys, but the old guys all know the way things are supposed to be, right? And the young guys have no idea. So you take them all out into the desert and you march them around for 30 years until all the old guys are dead. Meanwhile, you make sure that they're not spreading the information between each other. And then you have a fresh batch of young minds that you can shape however you want to, because you've lost the olden ways and the olden wisdoms. We're really deep into that now, and they've pretty much isolated the elderly into their homes and or nursing homes, and they're unleashing things that wipe them out on the regular. Particularly, they're removing human contact from their lives, and they've had very little of that anyway. And so it's this rearing of children part is the where is it? I got that. The death spiral part we're in is a reference to one of my ancient works, which if I find, I won't have to talk for a second. So let's find that on my channel while we check in with the Hive Mind chat. Later. Oh, bye everybody. Well, I don't find a job where you can listen to me at work, Spoon Man. That's really the only thing, right? Oh, what are you doing? You're finding of mice and men, yeah, on my channel. Well, you can show them that. If you look, this is what I'm doing. You can watch the mouse move. Maybe that's more entertaining. If you got it. It's like way over at the last thing. The last thing is they make it very difficult to search a channel. I don't know what's up with that. And let's see, is that in there anywhere? Close enough. Close enough. Let's watch some of this. So, and so as it goes, he euphemized in the front of this high masculine status doesn't give women what it gives a man. Vidya. By using the word feminism.
We have to talk honestly about these issues because the boy crisis, the marriage crisis, these things are causing a huge amount of suffering in people's lives. So I want to talk more about this. I'm going to take apart this statement because I know especially some of my friends to the left are not going to be happy with this statement, but I've been making them unhappy for the last 3 years, so some of them sure have written me off.
And that's what we love about you, Paul. You're willing to be honest in this time of Keck Omega. In the time of Keck Omega. Check this out. Check this out. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, check this out. Check this out. You can do a sort by popular and find it that way. Estuary Camelot did pretty good. Kale Zeldin's up there. This is a great one. Oh, look at 4.7. Wow. Way to cash in on the Kanye fame. Yes.
Darwin would bring Plato back. We need purposes in order to encounter the world. Purpose to me as a human being. And that actually scales the hierarchy of purposes, even in terms of science, right? People think that science is just a study of phenomena. We always forget that science is embedded into social systems, and that, for example, the science that will get the most attention will.
So I think that a lot of current issues, including this sudden spate of transgender claims and so on, that a lot of these things are coming.
All right. It's in here somewhere. Where's the death spiral part?
Did have children lack the maternal instincts necessary to raise them beyond weaning.
There. This is the important bit to
numerous ways. The females of this generation had far fewer children, and those that did have children lacked the maternal instincts necessary to raise them beyond weaning. Calhoun goes on.
Now, see, all of this is relevant because the transhumanist movement has close enough to endgame of state control of the womb, and I don't know. It's bad. It's death spiral. Death spiral. See, everybody likes to focus on the beautiful ones, but I think the key piece is the loss of the ability to raise children. Because, like, if the access to the consciousness you have access to is dependent on the caliber of your character, and your character is shaped primarily in the environment in which you are reared, the loss of the rearing school makes deficient character, which makes lowered consciousness. I mean, tell me, do you think that anyone growing up now might get the impression that the phone is more important than the family? You think that, they're just watching, not talking about it?
I believe that if everyone sees what just a few people become when they wholly embrace their gifts, others will awaken.
So, and let's see. So we're sort of in this thing called this little corner where people have gathered that have recognized that maybe what the opportunities and avenues for communications about reality that we're presented with, maybe it's better if we do participatory television. It's really hard to put a finger on exactly what it is that this thing is. this flotilla of channels is the most working metaphor, where the flotilla of channels is like a fire ant raft in the flood. Yeah. Here, I'm just gonna let this run because my brain is broken.
On to describe the males of this generation. Quote, male counterparts to these non-reproducing females were soon dubbed the beautiful ones. They never engaged in sexual approaches toward females, and they never engaged in fighting, and so they had no wound or scar tissue. Thus, their pelage remained in excellent condition. Their behavioral repertoire became largely confined to eating, drinking, sleeping, and grooming, none of which carried any social implications beyond that represented by contiguity of bodies.
We are the hottest generation that's ever lived, sort of a thing. And the whole concept of that is that seems to be our driving philosophy and driving values for younger generations.
All right. Let's see. I think I've already delivered on the thumbnail, right? Right? I mean, you guys will agree with that. That happened. I said the shadow matriarchy is our subconscious eugenics, or well, it's in the shadows, but it's our natural eugenics program. You see, like the human species goes something like this: you make a bunch of males, find something challenging that's going to kill a bunch of them off. Throw them at it. The ones that survive, the ladies say, hey, go breed with him. And meanwhile, they raise the other ladies to not breed with the... And that's how the shadow matriarchy functions eugenically. And as rather than looking to elder women for that wisdom, we've begun to look to the internet and the TV and the Google. There's the disconnect and the isolate, whatever, man, whatever, you know. Wait, yes, no, but oh yeah, welcome. I hope you're feeling virtually not alone. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hey, oh wait, that was a long time ago. Where are we at? Neutrino says, it's kind of like we've been looking at stuff throughout history with the lantern. And now we have whamodine and LED flashlights. You're going to see things we haven't really noticed before. Yeah. If you're free to look, you're going to find things that they didn't want you to see. What? Franco says he'll keep cloning himself just fine. Okay, I don't know. I wanted to go over everything you should have gotten from me by now, and really, I think we'd have to do something scary, like go through the old things so I can remind myself of them. What I did want to show you guys, though, is I was looking at this today. This is fascinating. We have this guy doing the TLC 1 and 2 orientations, which I firmly recommend, by the way. And then this guy, look at that poor sap. It's just like, oh dear. Well, I wonder how that's going to play out. So, yeah, I'm dry. You guys got any questions or topics you want me to, I can keep going on? Because otherwise I'm going to have to do that conclusion thing.
Sunshine, my only sunshine, you make me happy.
Let's see. Franco said, where is it? All right, hold on. View on YouTube, muted real fast. There we go. And drop it here. Drop it. All right, I gotta wait for the chat to load into YouTube. But yes, I will. Where did he say it? Here. That's where he said it. And then talk more about player versus player. Well, you see, the reason you're so safe is because you're on a farm and you're being farmed. And if you object too much to the farmers, you'll no longer be farmed. And then you'll realize that this whole time, it's like, all right. The PvP server part goes like this. Life, okay, there's this force called entropy that makes everything we know and love tend toward decay and like what they call thermal heat death or whatever. And so everything that exists in it is on its way toward that. And the way it tries to resist that and to give the finger really to the whole you're gonna bring us down to nothing thing is life eats itself, just constantly eats itself over, like life feeds on life, like in the Tool song. And as such, you're going to be eating others and being eaten constantly. And like you want your cows to think they're on the top of the food chain, and the ones that say too much about them not being one. So that's the nature of the reality you're in, and I because things can be so comfortable and so wonderful for so many. That's an important reality that they might have to wake up to. Dog Bark hates this. I'm not sure what this is, but well, I don't blame you. Oh yes, I was dropping off this link there for Franco. Hey, there you go, fella. Let's see. Dun. Dolly says, I wanted to ask about PB for J and how you propose that idea. How I propose that idea is I told Pastor Paul in the video one time that you guys should really play paintball because it's probably the only thing that's gonna pull kids off of video games because that dopamine or whatever loop is so hot. Like in my personal experience, paintball was the only thing that came close to the Russian fun of video games. And your empty, dying churches full of no young people, I think you could fill with poor young people if you're like, hey, we'll let you play for our paintball team if you attend every week. Yeah, we'll pay for the paintballs and the gear. And so that was the notion and idea behind Paintball for Jesus. Most people just thought I was telling some kind of joke, but then we started having everybody going to the meetings or the big fancy conferences that were, I don't know, close enough to me or liked me enough to include it. Played Paintball for Jesus, and so there's that manifestation as well. To actually do anything about it, I'll probably have to get with that Josh Dixon fellow who said he would help me incorporate into the legal fictional world, and we'll do like a nonprofit or whatever, and then the money that comes into that we spend to hire me to go around to churches saying, hey, join our paintball league, bro. I don't know. That's my rough idea of where it should go if I was a capable functioning leader leading it. Let's see. You're welcome. You're welcome. Mine's not really. Discord and Reddit are aliens to look out for. Discord has a disturbing connection with a company called Tencent, which means I'm pretty sure China gets to see everything on Discord, which is a shame because it's a pretty functional place for people to collaborate and work together. But we don't really have what would you call it? Like a network geographic monkey, right? Someone who knows what platforms exist out there, the weight of attention they carry, and their function. Like, I heard there's a Truth Social, and I know there's 4chan, but like, we really don't have a topology of the attention map, do we? Right? So should life form PvP groups in some kind of hierarchy? I'm too far down in the hierarchy to tell life what it should do. How's that? It's so fun and affordable. David Walker says, my church had a paintball for Jesus. It's hardly a new idea. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Well, it might not. It might not. The general, I'm not good at leading. I have hindrances, I've told you. Franco says, I volunteered as a youth leader. There's only some why would you give them pizza? Extreme ports and houseboat trips and video games before they check out and get aboard the careerist pipeline. I don't see how the myth of careers is still being perpetuated among the youths. Please explain that to me, Hive Mind. How is it the youths of today believe that careers are a thing at all? Who's helping maintain that BS lie? What? Internet well, I guess I should see if I can stream from a church. But all right, I can't solve all the problem. I can't. But you should know what paintball for Jesus is as a notion. We talk about it. Yeah. I didn't think you were joking. I knew you weren't joking. But I don't think we can just make somebody the head of somebody else's religion. It's kind of a Hail Mary there. Oh, yeah, we pick from those who apply for leader. Okay, well, I don't know. You guys help me with that, the lock me up in a room so I can break all these addictions and see what happens, maybe. But right now, the beast is eating me. Like, my favorite Jesus quote comes from the Gospel of Thomas, which nobody can, but it's essentially sometimes you eat the bar and sometimes the bar eats you. And to date, the bar hasn't stopped eating me, but I'm getting hungrier by the day. Oh, wait, this is a live stream. You should click things.
Now what'll that asshole think of next? Is anybody gonna die? I don't know.
Thanks again, Ups, for making this functionally a job. Functionally a job. I really appreciate it.
Do you have anything you want to say in conclusion?
Let's keep going, guys. Let's not let everything fall apart. Just because I do sometimes,
Like Hobo's Lullaby. Go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the town go drifting by. Listen to the steel rails a-hummin'. That's a hobo's lullaby.